It is Election Day, and South Florida voters are deciding a number of races and issues.
Despite the low turnout, there are a number of interesting races, and CBS 4's Jim DeFede joins us now. Jim, let's start with the question for Miami Beach voters regarding a 2 a.m. last call. A lot of talk about this over the last few months, but this vote actually won't mark the end of this issue, right?
No, this is a straw ballot, so intentionally it's designed not to be binding. So when I was watching this race unfold over the last several weeks, part of me was thinking, why all the vitriol? Why all the anger, the protests, the money that's being spent on this race? And here's the answer. Because the reality is, even though this is a straw vote, this will likely decide the issue. Will there be bars and restaurants that will need to shut down alcohol sales after 2 a.m. in South Beach in particular, in the entertainment district? If this passes, it seems almost guaranteed that the City Commission, citing the will of the voters, will move forward with it. If this measure dies, if, in other words, the ban is not approved, then I think that this issue goes away for a while, and we just end up having the types of stories we've been seeing with a lot of police presence, probably even more police presence, as the only answer to try to do something in South Beach.
Let's see what the voters say on Miami Beach. Jim, there's a hotly contested mayor's race in Hialeah where even former President Trump is playing a role. What's happening in Hialeah?
Well, what happens in Hialeah is always interesting. First thing you should need to really know about the mayor's race in Hialeah is that the system of government in Hialeah it's a strong mayor. The mayor isn't just the mayor, he's the city manager. He controls basically that city. He can rule that city, which makes him one of the most powerful figures in the state of Florida. Probably second only to Daniel Levine Cava within Dade County, and clearly one of the most important figures in the entire state of Florida, Hialeah being the 6th largest city in the state. So who wins that race is important. But it has become a contest where Donald Trump is playing an increasing role. Steve Bovo, the former county commissioner who ran against Daniel Levine Cava and lost in his bid to be county mayor, is running now for Hialeah mayor, and he has the endorsement of Donald Trump. Donald Trump has gone out of his way to actually endorse Steve Bovo. Yet that hasn't discouraged other candidates in the race who are trying to say they are even Trumpier than Steve Bovo and are citing their own commitments to Donald Trump and fealty to Donald Trump. That seems to be the guiding issue in the city of Hialeah, but it's really going to come down, I think, to a race between Steve Bovo and Isis Garcia Martinez, who is a former city council president. That one's going to be close to watch. We'll wait and see if that has to go to a runoff.
We'll certainly be keeping an eye on that race and all the others across South Florida. Jim DeFede, thanks so much for your insight.